Okay, I got a message. I wasn't quite prepared for this. It came on faster than I thought. Okay, so today the boys are, or we, but mostly them, are knocking off one of our Mangalitsa, a pretty big one, male. This thing. Let's see if I can see him a little better. Swing him around. Hey, it's pretty big. Did you guys get a weight on him?
No, we didn't.
Mom was asking if you would get a weight.
No.
You could just lay him down and put the scale on him. Scale's in the milk house right now. Well, before you get his guts dropped out, and then we won't know how much he weighs. But all right, so the reason I think this is worth looking at is because many of the people that participate in the Baker's Green Acres page know or have something to do with Mangalitsa pigs. And it's been a pretty common theme that we've seen. People get into Mangalitsa and then they get out because they receive, complaints from people. That pig's too fat, right? And you can see that is a good sized pig. I bet he goes 400 pounds and there's going to be about 100 pounds of fat off him. We're not sure exactly, but this time we're going to gather all the data. We're going to take all the data on this one. And but lately, what I've been noticing is that there seems to be a coming war on seed oils. You hear it all the time. Robert F. Kennedy, he hates seed oils. And so I started doing a little looking around. I just started with Crisco. And I did some reading on it. And it's like, I don't want seed oils anymore either. If I'm going to make it to 120, seed oils can't be part of what I eat. They can't. It's not compatible with the human body. So what is the alternative to seed oil? It's kind of where we used to be. Well, I had to get out of that wind. It's animal fats. So lard or tallow. Lard is pig fat. Tallow would be beef fat. Okay? Now, either way, you don't want fat that has been fed the wrong thing, There's the right things to feed these guys and the wrong things to feed these. And that is if your criteria is, I want healthy fat. Like let's say you want to fry some French fries in fat. And you get fat from a Mangalitsa that has been properly fed. And I'm not going to go into that right now because it takes too long. But I will at another point. How you feed them to get healthy fat that you can use in cooking and things like that. But if you did make fries in Mangalitsa fat, yeah, potatoes aren't the best for you. They're pretty starchy, a lot of carbohydrates. But they're good, and so long as you don't eat them all the time, you'll probably be okay. But if you fry them in peanut oil or canola oil or something like that, that is definitely not compatible with the human body. So you're going to have a hard time digesting it, and what it does is your body just stores it for later because it doesn't know what to do with it. Should I get rid of it? Should I keep it? Should I just eliminate it? So the body gets kind of confused, and that's where you run into health problems. Now, the Mangalitsa pig will eat all kinds of things, and some of those things make really good fat. So forages they'll eat, hay they'll eat, any kind of small grains they will eat. They'll eat corn too, but corn these days is not that good. And soy, not that good. Genetically modified, no, keep it out. And many, many other things. I mean, there's just a hoop of things that you can feed these guys, and they will make a really good fat. I'll keep talking while what's the matter with the
scale's cold?
Cold? Yeah. Our little scale, if it's cold, it doesn't want to work. But I think it'd be interesting to see how it weighs out, this guy. But we've developed a process here, and I think anybody can do this, right? Anyone can farm. But once you when you butcher this pig and you get it all taken apart, and then you separate the lean from the fat, which is what you do when you're doing this, in times past, you know, it is kind of a fat pig. And, well, what do we do with all this fat? If people don't want it, it's kind of useless, right? And it's kind of a liability. But now with the war on seed oils, people are going to be looking for an alternative. And the alternative really is lard right here. So you take the fat, you render it, and there's a whole process that you need to know how to do to render it correctly. And then you can put it in jars like this. This is just this happens to be a disposable jar. You can get these from many different sources, and the jar is it's not very well made, but it'll serve the purpose once, twice, 3 times, something like that. It's not like a ball jar that you can use thousands of times. So there's many different options of jarring it up. There's many different options of labeling it. And then there's a whole bunch of different uses for this. So any place where you would use shortening, if you're going to bake, you're going to fry, any place you'd use shortening, you can use this. And this will be consistent and compatible with your body, and you'll digest it really well. Plus, the flavor. Any big time chef will tell you that the fat is where the flavor is. So seed oils, you know, not a lot of flavor there. And if there was, they would probably take them out because you probably wouldn't like the flavor of seed oils. So they just remove that. But we're going to see a lot of this coming. So you guys that got in and got out of Mangalitsa because it was too fat, here's an option. This is an option. This is something to think about. We discovered this, I don't know, a week, 2 ago, something like that, and that people are saying, hey, where can I get fat? And Baker's Green Acres is where you can get fat. Not that we're fat, because we eat a lot of fat, because when you eat a lot of fat, you don't get fat, right? So, well, I guess we'll sign it off for now, and maybe we'll pick it up a little bit later. Anyone can farm.